So, hello and welcome everyone in SEBI special series. In this series, we are doing all SEBI specific syllabus. And till then, now in this part, we have completed law of demand, law of supply, price equilibrium, and one more thing, the elasticity. So, in last class, I have discussed about elasticity, right? Elasticity is a measure of what we do measure the change. Whenever we have to measure the change, we use the concept of elasticity in the subject of economics. And apart from the elasticity, I also explained various types of goods. Various types of goods. I have explained you about various types of goods. Good evening, Anshu, and good evening to all of you. So we have discussed the elasticity, and we also have discussed about the goods, right? Different category of goods. And today, what we are going to discuss, first we will discuss about cost part, and then we will go to understand market structure, right? Market structure. And once we are going to do the market structure, we will also get some brief understanding about revenue of a firm, right? In the market setup, how the revenue of a firm is going to impact the market structure, we will discuss this thing, but not in detail. Means this cost part and this revenue part we are not going to discuss in detail. We just go for upper layer. We will not go deep inside, right? Because it is not required. They do ask very basic fundamental questions, so there is no need to deep dive, right? There is no need to deep dive. Just overview of market structure. And because to understand market structure, three things are required. One is the elasticity, which I already have discussed. Another two part is cost and revenue. I'll briefly explain you when I explain the market structure. So let's start. Cost. What is cost? Expenditure incurred on firm to produce certain number or unit of goods, right? So whatever the expenditure incurred on a firm to produce certain quantity of goods, we will call it as a cost, right? So before going in the cost itself, it is very important, as I wrote this definition: expenditure incurred on a firm to produce, right? To produce. Sometimes I repeat too many times. Right? So expenditure incurred to produce, right? So what to produce? Should I go for production of good A, or should I go for production of good B? Right. Similarly, sometimes even a farmer have this issue: should I go for crop A or crop B? Right. Sometimes students have this issue: should I prepare for civil services exam, or first I should focus on exams like SEBI Grade A exam or RBI Grade B exam, right? Should I first do this thing and secure a particular job which is going to give me the confidence as well as career security, then I should go for civil services preparation. So the question to choose is always have a issue, right? In India, most of the time, because we are living kind of an authoritarian social system. Why I use this authoritarian social system? Because our parents are being deciding most of the thing for us, until unless you are going to be cross a particular age and education, and more or less when you are financially about to independent, when you are financially independent, only then you are able to take certain decisions. Otherwise you are not able to take certain decisions, right? And parents feel that it is not responsibility, it is their right to take most of the decisions for you, right? So most of the time we do not have a choice as an individual. But the same question is also for the parents. They are very worried ki should I go for means I should go for medical sciences or go for engineering background or for commerce background for my kids. So they take opinion, they take certain examples. So the problem of selection is always there, right? Because of options available there, and the problem of selection will automatically come. You have 3 4 options: option number 1, option number 2, option number 3, right? Should I eat this one, should I eat this one, or should I eat this one, right? And ultimately whatever the decisions is going to be made, right? Suppose that I am going to eat third one because first one I don't like, second one I don't like, I was confused in third and fourth, but last time when came here, I ate fourth one, so this is why I'll eat this time third one. So decisions are being made most of the time, right? Most of the time on the basis of rational choices. I'm telling about the rational choice, right? Some people like, so whenever it is about liking, right? I like this thing, so that is not rational choice. Rational choice is always based on certain number of parameters. Ki these parameters I'm using, and on that basis, right? On that basis, I feel that this is the right choice. So somebody asks you ki which Hollywood or Bollywood actor do you like, right? So you said some any name, right? Robert Downey Jr. or Ranveer Singh, right? So if you are making this statement, so you are just giving your choice. You are just giving your choice. But apart from making this statement, you told us that ki I have taken these parameters to decide who is the best actor according to me, and on those parameters other actors or actresses they are not able to perform. That is why this is my choice, right? So this is the kind of rational decision as per you. So there is one thing rational decision, one is decision made by like. So in economics we do not this deal with this thing liking and disliking. Liking, we deal with what? We deal with rational choices, right? So rational choices. So I think, I hope this thing is clear. Rational choice. Okay. So when we say rational choice, now about the farmer. Farmer is thinking that if I will go for crop A, if I will go for crop A, I will go for crop A, then I will able to generate 2 lakh income in a year. Whereas if I will go for income of, if I will go for in crop B, then my income is going to be 3 lakhs, right? So he have two options, and he found that option B is more rational. Option B is more rational. So he is thinking to take this decision. But again, he applied more rationality. He thought that, this farmer thought that, like me, because what I'm able to see is this price. I'm able to see this amount of income. So, like me, this farmer is thinking, like me, most of the people are going to produce this. Most of the people are going to produce this. So if everybody is going to produce this, then there will be a low supply of this product. So finally, at the year end, the price of this crop is going to be 4 lakh. And because more number of people are going to produce crop B, then probably its price will be down because of the excess supply. So I will go for this money at present. Maybe it is looking like I'm able to earn how much? I'm able to earn 3 lakh. But if everybody is like me is going to take this decision, then definitely the price of this crop is going to decrease, right? So he went another step and finally he went for choice A, right? Whereas other farmer, he is not applying all these calculations. He thought that if I will produce A, I'll get 2 lakhs, and if I'll produce B, I will get 3 lakhs. So it is better to go for B rather than thinking about A. So everyone, before taking a decisions, make calculations, right? And as per his understanding, he go for most profitable decision. Most profitable decision. So when he took this decision, decision of what? When he took this decision to go for B, because he is feeling that if I'll go for B, I'm able to generate extra 1 lakh profit in comparison to product A. So here, whatever the calculation is being made before taking a decision, we called it as a opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, right? So what is the opportunity cost? If I am going to do something else, whatever the lecture I am giving 7:30 to 8:30, I am definitely going to get some remuneration, right? So if I will do any other activity in that time, I am also going to get some remuneration. So what I found that the activity which I am doing right now, it is more remunerative in comparison to other activity. So I have chosen to go for this activity. So whatever the benefit you are going to left, whatever the benefit you have left, that is known as opportunity cost. So it is not calculated. It is not, there is no way to calculate it on the paper. That is just an assumption. So this farmer has assumed that what? I'll go for crop B. Whereas other farmer has applied this analogy. He went for further calculation. He thought that everybody is going to produce B. Then there will be the excess supply of product B and low supply of product A, and its price is going to increase. So I will go for this one. So despite the price is low, the profit is showing low, he take that decision, right? So in both case, farmer one, he went for B and he thought that opportunity cost is what? Opportunity cost is 1 lakh. Similarly, other farmer took the decision of A because he thought that if I'll do this thing as per calculation, this crop A, which is giving 2 lakh rupees to me at present calculation, but when the crop is going to be ready, it is going to give me 4 lakh, whereas crop B is going to give me just 2 lakh, right? So difference is how much? Difference is 2 lakhs. So he went for option A. So this farmer is finding opportunity cost of 2 lakh, whereas the farmer number one who went for crop B, he is thinking an opportunity of 1 lakh. So it is completely what? It is completely depend upon our way of doing the calculations. Our way of doing the calculations. But you have to understood what opportunity cost means, right? What opportunity cost means. So most of the time while taking decisions, we go for what? We go for opportunity cost. We calculate, and whatever the option, it is more beneficial for us in comparison to other. In comparison to other, we do choose that option. So that comparison what you are making, that is an opportunity cost. Is it clear? Manish, rational choice means what? The things, whatever you are going to decide, right? I am going to, uh, I'm going to appear in the interview, right? So I am going to appear in the interview. Now I am thinking ki what dress I should wear to appear in the interview, right? So definitely you will not go there in the pajamas, right? So you have to choose whether I should go in the formals or informal dress, right? So this decision, you like what? Informal dress. You like very much informal dress, but you went with what? Formal dress. So the just selection of a formal dress, despite you like informal dress, but you calculated that it is an official interview and I have to go for what? The established norms in the society. So that is your rational choice. Rational choice means the decisions which are made while making calculations. Whereas liking and disliking, right? Liking and disliking is what? Something which you feel it is good or it is going to give you the pleasure, right? So that thing is going to give me the pleasure. So pleasure is what? Pleasure is a kind of unquantified thing, right? Unquantified thing. Whereas rational choices are what? Rational choices are always made on based on certain calculations. So sometimes people will take the hard decisions despite knowing that. For example, many of the people, they are preparing for this exam despite knowing that there are very less number of the seats and there is a stiff competition. Still you are here. Still you are here. So you did certain calculations now. You did certain calculations, and on that calculations you are here to prepare the exam, right? So those are the rational choices. But you just jump to the exam preparation of particular exam. I will start doing the preparation of UPSC exam, right? You do not have any idea or mind, but just because you have seen certain movies, right? You have watched certain movie and after that you got inspired and you started the preparation, and after few days these people will left the preparation, right? So these are liking and disliking. Whereas some people feel that, I'm able to do certain hard work and I'm having the capability, that's why I'm deciding to go for this thing, what? Preparation of that particular exam. So it's a rational choice. Okay, so I hope this opportunity cost concept is clear. Anshay, I have one question, sir. This habit makes the concept for us to remember for long time. Long time. Measure the change in the elasticity. What habit? I didn't get this point. Okay, I'll discuss this thing at once the I'll in the lecture. Then you can ask the same thing. I'll discuss with you, sir. Can you do the session of top 100 MCQs of 6 subject? Okay, it is already answered. Fine. So I hope opportunity cost is clear. So let's move forward and formally discuss the cost. As I explained, means I have defined cost is the expenditure incurred for production of certain units. That is cost. And in economics, whenever we have to calculate the cost, we can calculate the cost in short term and long term. Short term cost means up to 1 year or maximum 1 to 2 year. Long term means 10 years, 15 years, or even 20 years. Right. So, in the longer run, the cost which we are going to understand here, they behave differently in comparison to the short term. Right. So that is why first fundamental differentiation is what? First fundamental differentiation is the short term cost and long term cost. Though whatever we are going to study in the short term cost, same thing we have to study in the long term cost. Right. So they are the same definitions, but their nature and behavior is going to be changed in the longer run, right? Whereas longer run cost, most of the times you need not to study until unless you are doing the course of costing, right? So until unless you are doing the course of costing, it is not required to go for long term cost. Just focus on the short term cost, and that is part of most of the examination syllabus, and the questions will also come considering the short term cost. Okay, so under the short term, the same we are also, if you want to study, you can study in the long term cost also, but it is not required. So under the short term, first we will do what? Fixed cost. Next is variable cost. Third is total cost. Fourth is average fixed cost. Next is average variable cost. Next is average cost or sometimes total average cost, and then is marginal cost. Right. So what is the fixed cost? Suppose that there is a production unit. This is the production unit for A. Firm A is here, and firm A is doing the production activity, right? So when we have to define fixed cost of this firm, the cost which is not dependent upon quantity of production. So whatever the quantity we are producing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Then that cost is fixed cost. Example, rent. Right. So this firm have this area where they are doing the production activity. Right. Where they are doing the production activity, and they are paying the rent of 2 lakhs month. So the firm A have a capacity of producing 200 units. 200 units maximum capacity. So their maximum capacity of what? 200 unit. But even if they are producing only 50 or 70 or 100 or even 200, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They must have to pay this 2 lakh rupees rent. So rent will always come under the category of what? Rent is always come under the category of fixed cost, right? Now my question is, if you understood this thing, tell me electricity bill, is it come under the category of fixed cost? Will the electricity bill will come under the category of fixed cost for this firm? Answer please. Electricity bill will come under the category of fixed cost? Answer. Any answer? Electricity bill, yes. Yes, Vatika. Yes. Electricity bill will not come under the category of fixed cost. Why? The unit of electricity is used for the production activity of 50 units, and from 50 units to 100 unit or 200 unit, it is going to increase and decrease as per the requirement of production activity, then definitely what? Definitely it will not come under the category of fixed cost. But if I will say minimum electricity bill, so minimum electricity bill doesn't matter. You are doing the production or not, the minimum amount of bill as per industrial category, right? Electricity charges are applicable depends upon in what category you will come. You come under the category of what? You come under the category of consumer, normal consumer or industrial consumer. Then a minimum amount of bill, even if you're normal consumer, even then you have to pay certain minimum bill of electricity, that is the fixed cost. The minimum electricity bill or minimum water bill or minimum mobile phone bill, for example the plan charges, right? So in postpaid they are offering some plan charges. So under that plan, it doesn't matter your phone was completely switched off for a 1 month, you have to pay the bill. So that minimum bill always come under the category of what? That always come under the category of fixed cost. Fine. I hope this is not very complicated. It's very simple. So sometimes what? Sometimes fixed cost fixed cost give immense benefit to the firm, and sometimes this fixed cost is going to be burdensome. For example, during the COVID times. So if in the COVID times and government went for what? Complete lockdown. What government did from 22nd, I think 21st or 22nd of March 2020, Modi ji appeared and he said that we are going for complete lockdown from the midnight, right? So after the complete lockdown, right, no production activity, but still you have to pay the rent. So it is what? It is going to be very difficult for you. It is going to be very difficult for you to cope it up, right? Whereas earlier you was producing 50 unit, right? In the normal times you are able to produce only 50 unit, but you are paying the rent of 2 lakh. So now your production activities increase because of the market demand. Now you are able to produce with the same rent 200 units. You are paying the same rent, and still you are able to produce the 200 units. So your fixed cost is remain constant. Whatever the fixed cost was at 50 unit, the same cost is at 200 units. So the fixed cost is not going to change. So if your production is low, then fixed cost is going to be worried for you, a worrisome thing for you. If your fixed cost if your fixed cost for example your production is going to increase, then it is what? Then it is going to be very beneficial for you. Why big firms want to come for the online platform learning, right? How Byju's become a big brand, right? So their fixed cost is still what? Whatever the fixed cost for them for 500 students, that same fixed cost they are paying for the 1,000 students, right? So there is no change, or there is a slightest change in their fixed cost because they are online platform. Whereas if you are in big centers like Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore, and you are running your coaching institute, right? You are running your coaching institute, and number of students are going to increase who are coming for the offline classes. Then you have to take an extra premises to accommodate those students. Your fixed cost is going to increase. So online platforms are always more and more profit generating. That's why the bigger player are here, and in a very short span of time they make huge amount of money. Whereas the manufacturing firm like refineries and all these things, to establish those refineries or production unit, the initial fixed cost is very high. Initial fixed cost is very high. So that is why it's a little bit difficult, right? So those people who feel that what? Those people who feel that Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or this Microsoft founder, they are the great people. Yes, they are the great people. They have the better vision and very clever mind, right? But when we talk about Jamshedji Tata, right? Jamshedji Tata or Ratan Tata or Dhirubhai Ambani, these are the people who are what? Who are the people who did all these things, they just not exploit the opportunity available. They did all the hard work throughout the ages and years, and then they build out empires, right? For example, GM, Ford, all these companies of the US, Toyota, Japan, right? So all these firms are what? They are legends. Why? Because they went for all these things. They went for all these things throughout the long phases. So they have big respect in that production community. These people also have their big respect, but that is coming through the opportunity, right? You have not created an opportunity, there was an opportunity, and you have exploited that opportunity in the biggest way. But these companies like Toyota, GM, General Electrics, or General Motors, they have created an opportunity, right, of the business. With knowing this thing, कि we have a fixed cost we have to pay. Despite all these things, they have survived and they come on top. So that's why people will, in general, go for different understanding. Got it? Okay. Why I told you कि we do study fixed cost, sorry, short term cost and long term cost separately. The reason is very simple. In the short run, fixed cost is going to be remain constant. It is going to be remain constant, but in the longer run, fixed cost also changes, right? So fixed cost also get changed. Maybe the premises you have to increase the premises. If your production is at present 200 unit, but you have to increase the production, another unit is required, right? So in the longer run, even your fixed cost is not going to be remain constant, it is going to be change. Fine. I hope this is clear. If it is clear, just type and say yes, so I will be move forward. Okay, just I'm happy, means I think you this fixed cost is clear. So I'm moving towards the variable cost. Variable cost, very simple, the cost which is not dependent on the quantity of production. Here variable cost dependent upon quantity of production. Quantity of production. So it is dependent on quantity of production. That means it is going to change as production is going to change. So raw material, wages, all these things, electricity bill, all these things will come under the category of what? All these things will come under the category of variable cost. And as production increases, variable cost also increases, right? Variable cost, that means it is directly proportional to quantity of production. Whenever the production will increase, your variable cost is also going to increase. So in short, we call that VC, and that is FC, right? FC and VC. Now we have to calculate total cost, and total cost is sum total of fixed cost plus variable cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost, that is the total cost, right? And in short, we call this as a TC. Similarly, when we have to go for average fixed cost, that is fixed cost upon unit of production, right? Average fixed cost. So suppose that uh, fixed cost for this firm rent is 2 lakh. So just considering their total cost is what? Their total cost is 5 lakh, right? Their total cost is 5 lakh and they are producing 200 units. They are producing 200 units. So what will be the average fixed cost? Answer please. What will be the average fixed cost? It is 5 lakh and 200 units. Please answer. Waiting for your answer. What will be the average fixed cost? Nobody is going to give the answer, or it is not visible to me in this chat session. Okay, it will be 1000, right? It will be 1000. Average fixed cost units 200, 5 lakhs. We are going to get this one, right? Is my answer is correct? Where is everybody? Why nobody is answering? So everybody's agree the answer will be 1000. I hope. That's why though nobody is answering to this question. Hmm? Okay, I'll wait. I'll go for the next topic. I'll wait whether my answer is correct or not. But let's go to move forward. Average variable cost. If you find answer is incorrect, just give me the correct answer. But in meantime, I'm going to move on the next thing, that is average variable cost, and that is variable cost upon unit of production. So whatever unit of production. Okay, Rintu is saying that it is 2500. Is it so? Is it so? Okay, Rintu, you are right. It is 2500. Means other people are not focusing on the calculation part. Right. Be attentive. Be attentive. Okay. Or maybe you have seen that you don't want to reply. That's fine. But okay. Rintu has identified, and yes, answer is 2500 per unit. So 2500 per unit fixed cost. So it is average fixed cost. So what is 2500? That is average fixed cost. Average fixed cost is 2500 when there is a 5 lakh is the total fixed cost and 200 unit we are producing. Similarly, suppose that the variable cost is 10 lakh and we are producing how many units? 200 units. And variable cost is 10 lakh. Then answer will be Okay. Okay. Good. So average, whenever you have to find the average kind of the cost, so they are asking average fixed cost, so fixed cost upon unit of production. Variable, average variable, then variable cost upon unit of production. And if they are asking what, average cost or total average total average cost, then it is total cost upon what, total cost upon unit of production. So here in this case, 5 lakh is a fixed cost, 10 lakh is a variable cost, total 15 lakh, and then upon 200. So answer will be, again Rintu is going to answer or somebody else is going to answer. Come on, please tell me. My calculations are very weak. I'm good in the concepts and understanding, but my maths is very weak. I'm not able to do the calculations very fast. I always use calculator and such kind of thing. But you people have to be very quick because you are preparing for this exam, and in this exam specifically, they use go for the calculations. So tell me the answer. Something like 7,500. Is it so? Where are others today? Why I'm not getting the reply? Okay, fine. Leave it. Uh, so what I explained till then now, fixed cost, then variable cost, total cost, and after that, average fixed cost, average variable cost, and average cost. Now the most important, the entire means the reason why I want to explain this entire concept, because I just want to make sure that you should have this idea of marginal cost. Marginal cost, and it is delta TC upon delta U. U is unit of production, right? Unit of production. Delta U, change in unit of production. Delta TC is what? Delta TC is change in total cost. Change in total cost. Right. Now, question is why this concept of marginal cost is very important. I have taken the example of one production unit, and they have the maximum capacity of what? 200 unit, right? 200 unit. So just suppose at present they are producing 100 units, right? They are producing 100 unit and they want to go for 100 to 101. So if they are producing 100 unit, they want to go for 100 to 101, right? 100 to 101, then there will be slight change in the cost, and that cost which is going to change in terms of what, some variable cost, some extra raw material is required to increase the production from 100 to 101 unit. But at the same time, when they want to increase production from 100 to 150, more variable cost means additional number of employees is also required, additional good amount of material is required, all these things, right? But when they are producing 199 and they want to go for 200. Again, a slight change will be there, right? So we are increasing production by only, in this case, production is 199 and we are moving towards 200 unit. A unit change means from 199 to 200. So there will be a slight change in the cost. There will be a slight change in the cost of the firm, right? But if we want to move from 200 to 201, what is the maximum capacity of this firm? Maximum capacity, I told you, maximum capacity of this firm is what? 200 units, right? Now they want to increase the production from 100 unit to 101 unit. 100 unit to 101 unit. Then what do you think? The difference, we have increased the production here also, na? By 1 unit from 199 to 200. We increased the production by 1 unit. 1 unit, and some x cost is there which is increased. The cost x unit is increased. When we are increasing the production by 1 unit, right? We are just increasing the production by 1 unit here from 199 to 200. The cost is x. Similarly, we want to increase production from 200 to 201. Again, the change in the production is unit. 1 unit is going to be changed. But do you think this x and y is going to be equal? No. Whereas if the firm is producing 198 and they want to increase 199, the firm have the maximum capacity of what? Max capacity is 200 unit. They are producing 199. Now they want to increase from 198 to 199, and they found that the extra cost required is y. So that y, sorry, z. So from 198 to 199, they need z cost. From 199 to 200, they need what? They need x unit. X is the cost. So x and z can be equal. But once you want to increase the production from 200 to 201, right? Then in that case, you have to increase your entire production capacity. This unit is not going to be sufficient because this entire unit have the capacity of how much? 200, right? Or actually, this firm have 200 unit capacity and they total have 4 units. 4 units, unit number 1, unit number 2, unit number 3 and unit number 4. And every unit have the capacity of 50. Right? 50, and that's why their total capacity is what? Total capacity is 200 units. Now once they want to increase the production from 198 to 199. Easy. Why? Because just raw material is required. Again, from 199 to 200, they need again just the raw material. But from 200 to 201, they have to have one extra unit. So the cost, the fixed cost, variable cost, everything is going to be changed. Everything is going to be changed. That is why marginal cost is very important, and it is defined as what? Cost incurred to increase production by 1 unit. So it is just a 1 unit, but you can see that it is going to change entire cost. radically. There will be a sudden huge change. And see the irony. For example, you have decided ki okay, I will increase the production from 200 to 201 by having this fifth unit. I will establish this fifth unit, and here now production is going to be increased from 200 to 201. All these units, this one is producing 50, this was producing 50, this was also producing 50, and now this one is just producing 1 unit, right? So the point is, from 198 to 199, from 199 to 200, again from 200 to 201, then from 201 to 202. So here the cost was X, here the cost was Y, it is Z, and it is suppose A. So if we will go on the curve, if we will go on the curve, marginal cost and unit of production. So here is what? 198, then 199, 200, 201, and 202. And this is marginal cost. So initially marginal cost was like this, right? Again it was increased to this one, to 200, this one, but because you have to establish a particular section, one extra section you have to add, this time is going to be like this one, huge increase in the cost. So it is going to be like this, but again you have an extra unit and you want to increase production by 1 unit only. This capacity is 15 unit, right? Here the capacity 50, 50, 50, and 50. So you are producing one from 201, you want to go to 202. So there is only small change. Why? Only you need what? Raw material this time. You need only raw material this time. Whereas moving from 200 to 201, you need this huge amount. So again it is going to fall. So the point is, this rise in the marginal cost is capable of recovering this cost. Is firm is capable of recovering this cost? Maybe yes or maybe no, right? So you have seen that most of the times, whenever you are going to book a car or very popular bike, right, especially in the automobile sector, you have to go for booking amount and you have to wait for certain time. Only then they will give you the car, right? Though they know that there is a persistent demand, there is a persistent demand in the economy and we can sell it. But if a company is producing 200 unit, 1 unit is equal to 100 car. 1 unit is equal to 100 car, right? So they want to increase production by 100 here, right? So for that they have to establish additional production facility. They have to establish additional production facility. So if they will take this decision in future, is there is a possibility to increase the production or not? If there is no possibility, then they will not go for this one. They will not go for this one. They will say that okay, we will produce only 200, but if more demand will come, we will ask our customer to wait for the delivery. but we are not going to increase because they feel that the cost, this cost is going to be very huge, and maybe to recover this cost we need at least 2 to 3 years to reach break even. Do you understand what is break even? Suppose that I have started my business by investment of 50 lakhs, right? So I have started my business with the investment of 50 lakh, right? And whatever the cost I have invested, I was able to recover only after 3 years. So, whenever you will recover the initial cost which you have put for the production, you are able to recover only then we can say that it is a break even point. Means all initial cost is recovered which we have put in terms of investment. So the firm is calculating the cost which we are going to incur here. We need huge amount of time to recover it. So maybe will firm will not go for what? Maybe firm is not going to increase their production. That is why whenever in any country, for example, if Tata Motors or Maruti is going to say that we are going to establish one more plant, we have two plants in India, but we are going to increase one more plant in India. Now we are going to establish our third production unit. That means what? That means firm understood कि yes, we are going to have this huge cost to increase our production plant by one. Earlier we have only two plants, now we have to establish our third plant. So third plant means what? Huge marginal cost, and this marginal cost we are able to recover. We are able to recover. What it's showing? Company took the decision. We are going to what? Establish one more production unit in India. Right? One more production unit in India. We already have two units. Now the third unit we are going to establish. That means company calculated what? From 2 to 3 production unit, our marginal cost is going to increase in the exorbitant manner. But the way Indian economy is growing, definitely within a short span of time, we are going to recover our marginal cost and we will come to the break even point. So all these things they have decided, only then they make this announcement. So it is showing Indian economy is growing. So this is why automobile sector industry is one of the indicator of your country's economy, right? Sometimes people say that ki, Are, 70-80% population of India is not able to purchase the car. Only few handful people are able to purchase the car. Then what is the purpose to calculate the growth of automobile sector to understand the growth of Indian economy? So this is the reason. This is the reason because this industry which are establishing their third unit, they feel that more number of people in India are going to be in the higher income group in the coming year, and that is why we will able to recover our extra marginal cost and we have to increase our Okay, screen was stopped. I just by mistake I have pushed this stop sharing button. So maybe that screen was stopped. Is I'm visible again? So today we have discussed all the cost related thing, right? In the next lecture, I will start with market structure. Before going to close this lecture, if you have any question, please ask me. Otherwise, I will wind it up for today. And tomorrow we will start with what? We will start with. Okay. Hustler is saying that yes, sir. Okay, fine. So, okay. Any doubt for today's in means any doubt regarding today's class? Okay, then I'm going to wind up this session. Thank you very much for joining today. And the next lecture is going to be very important market structure. It is going to give you the immense understanding about not only the economy but also how things will work, right? How things will work in the particular setup and why that particular setup is there. Lot of rational ability you are going to understand when you will understand this market structure. Okay, so fine. Good night for today. We will meet tomorrow and we'll start with market structure. Okay, thank you.